Madam, Kerala is one of the most educationally advanced states in the country. Starting the Indian Institute of Technology has been a long pending demand of the state of Kerala. We have even offered land free of cost to the government of India. The then Honorable Human Resource Development Minister has assured us in the House that the demand for Indian Institute of Technology will be considered during the 12th plan period. The Honorable Prime Minister has also given the assurance that Kerala's demand for Indian Institute of Technology is genuine and it will be met during the 12th plan period. However, it is pained to know that in the 12th plan proposals, the proposal of Indian Institute of Technology does not find a place. So, our demand is that Indian Institute of Technology should be given to Kerala during 12th plan period. The reason given by the Planning Commission is that Indian Institute of Technology and IIM cannot be given to one state, but we can see that in five states both IITs and IIMs are there. So when this comes to Kerala, this is discrimination. Even though we have an IIM, we do not have an Indian Institute of Technology, and therefore we think that it is a genuine demand. It has been agreed by the Government of India and the Prime Minister. I would like to know why we are being discriminated. Hence, I demand that Indian Institute of Technology for our state should be included in the 12th plan proposals. Madam Speaker, I would like to speak about a very important national issue in this August House, that is the issue of water. Kaveri river water is common to both Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Almost in 8 districts of Tamil Nadu, 14 lakh hectares of land is being irrigated by Kaveri river water. The paddy crops cultivated in these Kaveri Delta districts have provided food grains not only to the people of Tamil Nadu but also to the people of the entire nation. Tamil Nadu's share of Kaveri river water has not been released by the state of Karnataka. Therefore, Kaveri Delta districts have been suffering from severe drought. Unity and integrity of the nation is centralized towards sharing of river water. Our nation is functioning under the principle of federalism. So, madam, we should not forget this fact. There has been a consistent demand for introduction of inner line permit in the state of Manipur. On 2nd July 2012, the state cabinet resolved to urge the government of India to extend the provisions of the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873 to the state of Manipur. The Ministry of Home Affairs has reportedly opposed Manipur government's demand for the introduction of the provision of inner line permit system in the state under the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulations 1873. The center has instead asked the state government to diffuse the crisis and keep strict vigil on the non Manipuris who were engaged in different low paid trades like barber, masoon, besides the job of daily wage laborer. On 13 July 2012, in consonance with the public demand for implementation of inner line permit system to regulate inflow of outsiders, the State Assembly passed a resolution to put pressure on the Government of India to extend and adopt the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873 with necessary changes in the point of details to the state of Manipur. The private member resolution, which read that the Manipur Legislative Assembly passes a resolution to extend and adopt the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873 with necessary changes in the point of details to the state of Manipur, and to urge the Government of India to comply the same, was passed by the House unanimously on the last day of the full budget session on July 13. Now I request the Union Government, the Home Ministry in particular, to immediately look into the matter and introduce the inner line permit system in Manipur. The recent judgment of Honorable Supreme Court has put a blanket ban on the excavation of brick earth, which is the very basic raw material for bricks industry. The provisions laid down to take environment clearance are practically impossible for the brick industry due to its nature of operation and work. The brick industry does not cause any damage to environment and extracts earth from the land. Brick industry is seasonal and falls into the ambit of small scale and cottage industry. The judgment has rendered millions of people jobless and will force them to migrate to urban areas in search of jobs where there is already stagnation. To safeguard the future of about 90 million people and brick industry, which is a vital link between the development of India and the common people.